If you're feeling hurt after being rejected and you're wondering what went wrong, what did I do wrong, and you wish that you had been chosen, or you wish that she didn't break up with you, or something along those lines, I'm going to ask you a question. What did it take for her to make that decision to either reject you or choose you? What does it really take? Well, in order for someone to make a decision, all opposing other choices must collapse. Last man standing. Basically, it's battle royale in a subconscious evaluation system. The choice that does not pose an existential threat to whatever identity she's attaching herself to is more likely to be the winning choice. And that choice very likely posed a pain that was much less painful than the pain of rejecting you. This basically means that being with you is more painful than being away from you. And this is on your shoulders, which is a good thing because it means you have a certain amount of control, your internal locus. But that aside, I want to ask you a question, right? Let's say you buy your car, your favorite car. Now, what did it really take for you to buy the car, right? It's the same thing. The car is an extension of your identity. There is these bunches of factors of how expensive the car is, right? What purpose does the car serve? But in weighing all those factors in your own head, what did it take for the car to be chosen? What did it take for the car to be chosen by you? The funny thing is, the car didn't have to do much. In the same way as you would like to be chosen, or in the same way that you were rejected at all, it didn't take much for the decision to go either way. For the car to be chosen as opposed to rejected, just think about what it really takes. For the car to be chosen, all it really had to do was exist. It just has to be here. I am. And the very interesting about being or states of being is it takes a certain amount of energy expenditure. So to have the car manufactured precisely to the specifications that it is designed to be, and the amount of money that it takes to purchase the car, and the fuel and the maintenance and the parts, etc., and the social impressions, the status, the convenience to get from A to B, etc. The car required a certain amount of energy expenditure in order to exist. It just is. It didn't really have to do much to get you to choose the car other than simply existing. And it just simply exists by means of a certain amount of specific expenditures of energy. Let's say you're buying a house, and I have done this once before myself. Let's say there are two people, and both people offer extremely similar base values for the house that they're buying. In order for the landlord to sell the house and choose one person over the other, one person must spend more energy than their opposition. And this is also assuming that the landlord is more likely to choose you because it's much less painful to choose you over the opposing choice. And this also means more energy was spent making that possible. So what does this really mean when you want to be chosen by the love of your life? It means, for lack of a better word, self-improvement and self-development and becoming your best self is probably the best move that you can make to simply exist. When you're focusing on your energy, drawing it back to you and becoming just something that exists. And when you exist and you effortlessly just kind of do nothing except have all that energy expended into you, you are like that car that you bought. Let me show you. This is my car over here. Over there, that is my car. I love my car. What did it take for me to buy my car? Not much. The car just simply exists. Yes, the car is an extension of my identity. It does so many things. There's so many factors involved. But at the end of the day, what did the car do? Not much. It just simply exists. The design of the car, the feel of the car, the smell of the car, the history behind the car. It just simply exists. And this doesn't mean that you're going to be fat and lazy and sit on the couch and say, oh, why doesn't she love me because I'm just the way I am? No. Now, speaking of cars, right, because relationships are deals, they are transactional, and although people don't really like to know that or hear that, that's just how it typically works. Are you going to enter into a relationship with a fat, obese person who never wipes their ass and shaves their beard and they like to watch porn every single day and the house is just full of rubbish? You probably are going to say no to that deal. And that's already the engagement of a deal in the act. That's already a deal being made. You said no to the deal, and therefore another deal will be presented to you in the future. Now, this same slob of a person He's probably a 2003 Honda Civic that's just trashed, but it's got 100,000 Ks on it. Now, what you can do as a human being, because as a human, you have the unique ability to transform your identity. You can become a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW. Now, the BMW cannot go grabbing her shoulders and shaking her and saying, "You must buy me, you must do that," because there's so many other options for her to buy. Now, typically, if you were a car, you'd want to grab her attention in that way, where it was obviously non-threatening, because what screams at you and it's like, wow, that really speaks to me, that's something you would probably like. But other than grabbing her shoulders and getting her attention, it's up to her to make the choice to choose you. You're grabbing her shoulders and telling her, "I am worthy of buying," not because you want her to buy you, but because that is the type of car that you are. You are a car that screams out, "I am a car worth buying." And irrespective if this is the type of car she wanted originally, it's still on her radar. Her identity could be branched out and extended in that direction. She will become curious. She will want to drive and inspect the car. And maybe sometimes the decision to choose you isn't always on how awesome you present yourself, how amazing you are of a car. Maybe she can't afford to buy the car. Maybe you are a car that doesn't really just let anyone drive the car. That is, unless you let her. So imagine a car without doors. People still need to access the car. Imagine a really cool car like the Batmobile. People have no idea how to enter into the Batmobile except for Batman. And so if you want people to enter into your car, then you will have to have your doors a bit open. Anyway, I hope this really helped. If you would like to speak to me one-on-one, you can find me in my Instagram bio, and I'll see you there.